These players here at the Salt Palace Convention Center look phenomenal. I mean, the fashion that's out around the court, not only on the court, but the lifestyle stuff, the culture of volleyball just looks so good now. And if you go back, I don't know, what are we, 2017? At least 10 years, maybe 15 years ago, it didn't look like this at all. So we sit here inside the Salt Palace Convention Center today at the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT. I'm Thad Anderson. We're joined now by Rox Volleyball and Troy Olson. Troy, thanks for taking some time to talk with us today.
Thad, it's great to be here.
Rox Volleyball is, I don't know, let's accuse them. They are responsible for making the game look different. Is that a fair accusation?
We'll take that.
You're at least you're one of the key, you're not criminals, you're good people, but your accusation of you, at least you're one of the key players in this situation of the development of the look and the culture around volleyball. So we're going to talk with Rox a little bit. Rox Volleyball does have a booth here. If you're going to be at the Salt Palace Convention Center, make sure you stop by and check out what Rox has going on. 2008, kind of the junior indoor game, is when you kind of broke into this. And we were just talking a little bit. St. Augustine, Florida
Correct.
is the nerve center of Rox Volleyball.
That's
oldest city in the country, right?
That's correct.
Just south of Jacksonville by Ponte Vedra. The World Golf Village is right there, and great lighthouse sitting out there. So St. Augustine, Florida. Triple Crown Volleyball runs this NIT. Triple Crown Baseball actually has some events in St. Augustine, Florida. I used to run those for a couple of years, so I spent a lot of time right in your backyard. And 2008 junior indoor volleyball is when Rox kind of started to make the impact, and then 2010, I guess, is when beach kind of boomed, right? And you made a big move into that as well. So we're just shy or right at about 10 years now. Tell us about your path in this over the last 10 years with Rox Volleyball.
Oh, it's been a unique path. I mean, volleyball is great for one. I mean, what a great sport. And what we love and what I love so much about the sport, it's one of those sports that the women actually have been the driving force of the sport. So what a great thing for the women and the girls that make this sport today. But it's been a great ride. We've, again, like you said, we came right on with the beach. Once we done the sublimated jerseys and changed the look of the indoor, we brought the beach. We've worked with the indoor tour or beach tours. We've worked. Big thing that's coming out in the announcement is we'll be the official apparel of the AVP. We just signed Phil and Nick Dahlhauser, the big boys, our Olympic team. They are now Rox athletes, so they're part of our team.
Congratulations on those.
Yeah, it was a big deal for us. So we're
the AVP. That's a great new partnership.
Great new partnership. But all these are great partnerships. We have clubs we've been working with for probably 18 years with our first place dealer, and then coming up to Rox and now being part of the Rox, what we call our Rox Volleyball family, is what we do. Rox
is ROX.
That's correct.
And actually, I guess in the logo we kind of have an R. There's a circle there for an O, and there's an X.
Yep.
Where'd that name come from?
Well, it's funny. I've got twins, which is my 17-year-old twins when they were little. We'd go down, and my son was more of a motocross racer. And, when kids are young, they always have these little things that they say or whatever. And the story is my wife was driving down the interstate, and my little son Chandler looked up and said, wow, that rocks, Mom. It was right at the same time we were looking for a name for our new company, and it just kind of fit perfect because when you put Rox, it rocks with everything. Volleyball rocks, you rocks, I rocks. It just all fits.
So he named it.
He named it.
He gets the naming rights.
I think he's got royalties coming on that.
Perfect. With Rox Volleyball and the things that you're doing, and you mentioned sublimated jerseys. Explain what that is for people who don't really know the jersey or the design business. What does sublimated mean, and what did it replace, or what did it sort of overtake?
So sublimation is really they've done it for years in the bicycling industry, but it's really taking a white fabric and then taking ink or a transfer similar, and it creates a chemical where the ink lifts off the paper, and that polyester will grab it to the finest line, and then that gives you that image. So we can pretty much create any image. We could take a picture of you, and we could put you on the uniform tomorrow, and then you'd have your own picture.
But you won't. You could, but you won't.
We could, but it's probably not. I'm not sure that's going to sell.
No.
But
no. You want to go out of business?
Yeah, we want to try to stay there. But it's a great way. What it does is it prevents, with the transfer numbers that they use, the poly numbers and names that they've used on jerseys over the years, anytime you put that into a dryer, which is going to happen, those names and numbers will fall off those jerseys. Sublimation, they don't fall off, and they last for a long time period. So it's It can be expensive up front, but the longevity of the jersey gives it a better cost effectiveness overall for the club because they can fill in every year versus replacing every jersey every year.
Troy Olson with Rox Volleyball. We were talking before we started on this streaming portion of this. So you were in the Navy.
I was.
And you played beach volleyball. Were you goose or were you Iceman or?
You know, I was
Maverick?
ice. I was ice. I was definitely ice. Yes.
That's pretty cool background. And you grew up in Illinois. You said Quad Cities area, and kind of made your way down to Florida. How's this whole volleyball ride? And I mean, even an event like this, or there's so many events where the scope, the spectacle of volleyball and what it's become. I mean, you've been on that ride since 2008. What have you seen in the evolution of the game and the expectation of the athlete as far as their apparel?
Well, definitely, I think it's if you feel good, you play good. If you look good, you play good. That kind of aspect, and that's what we've tried to do is give them an edge, because I think most women wouldn't want to say this, but I will say that most girls will dress up for girls, right, because they want to look good when they go out, and it's no different when they get out here on this court. They want to look good. I've actually had players that have, come to us with their director and wanted to get Rox Volleyball. And their reasoning is that Nationals last year, they were playing this team that really had a cool jersey, and they lost to them. So it was kind of that kind of effect that, hey, if we can give them a really cool look, then they feel good, they play good, And I think the sport is, over the past 10 years, is the girls have gotten very strong. I mean, if you look at where girls were 20 years ago and where they are today, they're very fit, they're lean, they're mean at the net. And it's a very exciting game to watch, So it's great.
You have if I saw this right, a 22,000 square foot factory.
We do 24,000 square foot cut and sew sublimation factory. So the girls, the uniforms that you see they're wearing out there, are made here in the great USA.
Where is that factory at?
That's actually right in Ormond Beach, just outside of Daytona Beach. There.
Okay, 24,000 square feet.
24,000 square foot cut and sew factory.
That's some space.
It's a little bit.
Churning out some materials. Performance meets fashion is one of the taglines that I saw in there. We've talked about that a little bit, where the performance is the priority, but the fashion piece of it and the look, the confidence factor and the feel of things is obviously important. And you have his and hers lines, from what I understand.
We do.
So tell us more about that. How do you differentiate? What are you looking for in, say, in the boys or the men's game? That what's hot right there?
The guys, we don't like so much the big loud, where girls would just blast a loud. The guys are really kind of more clean, sleek look, but still edgy. They want the performance. It's like our men's board shorts that we produce and our men's jerseys. It's the sleeveless type jerseys, still sublimation. A lot of them are real more clean and straight. When you get into the girls, they want to make you notice. They want to see you. When they come on the court, they want to be seen.
I saw something through your website that said own your own or open your own pro shop.
That's right.
Explain that. What's that opportunity?
So big things that we do for our clubs is we give them a free pro shop. And so it's where they can run fundraisers. Mm-hmm. They can also have their own pro shop, so they're getting sales on their own. So it's actually it's an income stream for the clubs that we utilize so that they can get their spirit wear, hats, whatever they'd like, from a coffee cup to a jacket to whatever they would want to have on there. Plus they can buy their shoes and spandex and everything can be right there, shipped directly to the parents.
So parents who want to order some gear to support the squad, they can do the ordering, payment, everything right through the website, streamline
right through the website.
And the fundraising piece of it comes back to them directly.
Comes right back to the club.
It's a great program. How about the design studio on your website? Pretty sweet. So you can get on there and do your own design. Any kid could go on there at 11 p.m. one night and decide, that team that beat us last night at the Nationals, who looked better than us, let me go see if I can out-design them a little bit. That's what I can do right there, right?
Oh, that's right. You can sit down there and create your own design, have your own look and feel, and then send it off. Our designers will get it. They'll go ahead and create up the mock-up for it, finish it off, and then you're ready to produce the jersey.
Now, you do need a responsible adult to approve that. So kids don't go on there, design it, stick it in, expect it to come back. You're going to have the program support that.
Yes,
obviously.
Yes, we're going to make sure that it's all PG and it's all good to go.
It's not like Nickelodeon.com where you just go make your own stuff and you're done. This is
right.
I got to have some process to it. But yeah, I played around that a little bit last night, and I think I probably came up with the best design.
Send it off.
Everybody thinks that, don't they?
Yeah.
Doesn't everybody
Everybody's
think that?
looks best.
What's the worst one you've ever seen?
Oh, I hate to say that.
You don't have to identify them, but I guess maybe you'd have to. You've probably seen some pretty interesting stuff.
Yeah, you see some really interesting things that you just say, that might just not be the team we want to do.
Yeah. Are you sure you want? We'll make it, but you better be sure before you order this, because when it comes out, it may not look like it is. What's your favorite combo? I mean, if you were ordering, what sort of color combos, or what would be your thing? What's your look?
I'll tell you what it's really stuck out, believe it or not, is like a pink and a royal. When they do pink and royal and white, it really gives a really cool look. We've got Show Me out of Missouri that does his jerseys. He always does a really cool jersey, but he always encompasses his royal in that pink. It seems to really stick out. You know, the other one is a green. When you start doing more of that neon green colors, that really pops. And of course, black just looks tough. You know.
Yeah, right. Anything else going on with Rox Volleyball that we need to know about that we haven't talked about yet?
No, I think we've got everything covered. We're pretty excited this year with bringing on Phil and Nick. You know, and then getting out, we're going to start doing some camps and clinics with our clubs. So there's just a lot of new things coming. We've got our new line coming for the beach. We're really excited about bright colors, more designs and stuff like that. But other than that, the factory's just been a great success for us at the end of the day, because, you know, with the time frame, what a lot of times most people don't realize is, you know, we have a 6-week window and teams are ready to start playing. So when they're trying to produce jerseys, and everyone in the country is producing jerseys, and some produce overseas, a good part of them are producing overseas, the factory's been a great asset to us that we can turn jerseys around in a moment, and they're ready to play.
Yeah, because it tends to bottleneck, right? People don't come at you over 365 days of the year and let you spread your workout.
It comes all at you one time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rox Volleyball has a booth here at the Salt Palace Convention Center. You can check them out if you're here at the Triple Crown Volleyball NIT, or check them out online, Rox Volleyball. It's ROX. Roy, thanks for your time, and enjoy the weekend.
Appreciate it. Thank you.